day drained me.
All right, y'all, welcome back to another day in the life. I wanted to make sure I said good morning, hello, thanks for watching. So we are currently in week 1 of our 12-week year, the first one of the year. So I wanted to share this journey just in case maybe you want to do your own 12-week year plan, because summer is on the way. And if you start now, you'll get there just in time. So I'm not someone who's constantly chasing my goals like all throughout the year. I like to work in sprints. And so I like the 12-week year plan because it allows me to have like a quarter or 12 weeks where I'm working towards my goals. And then I also have an opportunity to rest and maintain. And so essentially with the 12-week year plan, you want to be able to take your top 3 goals for the entire year and then pretty much aim to get them done within 12 weeks. And so how you do that is you set the goal, obviously, you create like 3 to 5 strategies for each goal of how you're going to achieve that goal, and then you break it down into weekly habits. So typically what I do, which I did another video on this last year, but I put all of my goals in my entire plan in the notes app. I also use ChatGPT to help me too. So I told ChatGPT, like, this is my 12-week year plan. These are my top 3 goals. Create the strategies and weekly habits. And so I put that all into the notes app, and then I actually used the habit tracker app to maintain my weekly habits or daily habits, because the goal is really to maintain 80% consistency. And so I like the habit tracker app because you can put it in, you can set reminders for yourself on your phone. And so I like it because it makes it easy, and I can very clearly see like how my progress is going so that I can just week by week if needed. When it comes to my top 3 goals for this 12-week year plan, goal number 1 is to lose the remaining 20 pounds. So I lost 20 pounds last year. I want to go ahead and get to my goal weight and be done with it so that I can just maintain. And so I'm pretty much going to follow the same methodology that I did last year, which is pretty much like a version of 75 soft. So I pretty much did like 3 to 5 strength training workouts. I would sprinkle in like a kickboxing class, Legree, solid core, Pilates, things like that with ClassPass. But overall, like getting some type of movement in 5 days out of the week, making sure that I'm getting at least 6,000 steps in a day, focusing on my water intake, getting at least 64 ounces of water in, eating at home most of the time, 80% of the time, which is the hardest thing for me, and just making sure that I'm staying in a deficit. And yeah, so that's pretty much how I'm going to work towards goal number 1, which is getting to my goal weight. Goal number 2 is just really authentically showing up on all of my platforms as myself and not boxing myself in. I feel like a lot of people have gravitated towards this channel and other platforms too, like my TikTok, for example, because of my project management and career content. And while I am appreciative of that, I also feel like I don't want to box myself in, because being a project manager is literally like 20% of my life. Like, it is what I do as a profession. It is not who I am as a person. And so when I think about like why I originally started creating content back in like 2017, when I had my blog and podcast, it was to create an online and offline community of multi-passionate, multifaceted men and women of faith who are trying to juggle all the things in their life, whether that be their faith, their life, relationships, habits, passion, side hustles, all the things. And so I want to make sure that I am showing up fully as myself and showing all the facets of my life. And I think for me, being that I have been so career focused the last few years, like I have allowed my creative passions to kind of fall by the wayside. And so I'm trying to get back into writing. I'm taking a creative writing class soon. I'm trying to actually learn the art, if you will, of videography. And so learning how to edit, learning how to color grade, learning how to have the cinematic aesthetic vibes here, And yeah, all the things. I want to get back into piano and learn how to paint, and just making sure that I'm making time for my creative side, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I'm just pretty much giving myself permission to show up as my full self, and hopefully that is okay with y'all. So yeah, subscribe and join the ride. Goal number 3 is really entering my grown woman femininity era. And by that, sorry, there's a lot going on outside right now, but anyway, entering my femininity grown woman era. And I feel like, because I've been in survival mode for so long, mostly in the mind, honestly, I haven't really cared about how I've shown up. Whether that's my physical appearance, I haven't really cared about taking care of my home and just being well kept, you know what I mean? And while I'm not materialistic, and I think that you are more than, your looks and your appearance, I also cannot say that I want to be a woman of influence for others if I don't take pride in how I show up for myself. And so for me, that's, going to be investing in my personal style, figuring out what my own style is and how I will show up in that every day. Taking the time to get ready every day in 5 minutes, do a quick 5-minute face, taking care of my skin and going to get a facial every now and then or a massage every now and then, investing in self-care. And I don't think that it's just physical, but also like learning how to communicate better, learning how to articulate my thoughts, learning how to manage my emotions, and just show up more confidently in the world and be a woman that works from a place of ease. So even with my new apartment that I have, taking the time to decorate it, to make it a home, taking time to cook nourishing meals, not just quick meals to check off a box, And so, yeah, just entering in that soft girl life, if you will. That's goal number 3. And then goal number 4 is to hopefully get another, probably part-time project management contract that's short term, because y'all, who is going to fund all of these things that I'm trying to invest in? And I'm the type of person that has like, I would say probably 5 financial goals that I'm trying to do at once. I'm trying to pay off my car by the end of the year. I'm trying to furnish this home, trying to update my wardrobe, all the things. And I'm also trying to not necessarily rebuild back up my savings. I have my emergency fund done, and out the way already. But I feel like with the way this world is going right now, I need to have a much bigger cushion. And so working towards that too. So if I can get another project management contract, then I can use that income to go towards all of those goals. So yeah, subscribe and join the ride. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever done or are thinking about doing a 12-week year plan, or just in general what your next set of goals are, again, so we can kind of hold each other accountable. So today is Thursday. It's a pretty light work day today. I just need to work on getting all of my status reports in. Some of my teams have been out of the office, so this has been a light work week, which I am so grateful for, honestly, because I've been able to do other things. And so, yeah, I just need to focus on getting my status reports and making sure that all of my project teams, when they do get back in the office, are good and ready to go to keep the projects going. So I'm going to do that. And then while I have a lunch break, I'm going to go to the farmer's market to get a few things. I also have some furniture come in, so hopefully we'll put that together today. I also have a couch coming in on Saturday, so I'll make sure y'all can see that, because I really need y'all's help in decorating this house. And I'll talk a little bit about what apartment I went with. I actually had filmed a whole nother vlog where I showed everything to y'all, and then the file went corrupt. So I'll try to like add in updates to my apartment and kind of which apartment I went with later on when kind of some of my furniture comes in, so it can all flow really nicely. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap up work really quick, and then I'll bring y'all along when we go to the grocery store. Okay, so here's a quick career tip. Regardless if you're a project manager or working professional entrepreneur, you always want to make sure that you are documenting status reports at the end of each week. This is a great way to keep track of where you stand with your work, but it's also a good way for you to be able to report out to your boss, your clients, your leaders, your project team members on where the project and or your work stands. And so I always like to give a summary of what I did for the week. I like to talk about my achievements and then what's to be expected for the following week. I also make sure to communicate any potential risk or issues and my plan to mitigate them. Again, this is just a good way to document your work and to keep everyone informed on where your project stands. Sunday, so a lot has happened, as you can tell, since we last chatted. So I got my hair done Friday by Bree. Shout out to Bree. Now, if you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, you already know that I got my hair done. That's why you got to follow me on all the platforms. But yes, I just got this look by doing the 3 overnight rollers that they always talk about on TikTok. I actually got these from Target before the boycott. Are y'all boycotting Target, or y'all going Target anyway? Let me know. But anyway, I got that look. Yeah, I told Brie, I was like, I want a bust down middle part layer look, how I see the girlies have. And so, yeah, really happy with how she did my hair. And then Saturday, I got my couch in from American Signature. They're actually gonna have to replace it. I don't know if you can tell, but the second, third frame here is broken. So they're actually gonna replace this entire thing in a couple of days. But I like it. It's a leather couch. This is my first time getting a leather couch, and it reclines. So I like it. Both the footrest and the headrest both recline up and down. So you can pretty much make this into like a bed. Like all the seats recline. So I like it. Again, it's my first time doing a leather couch. But I just wanted to invest in a leather one because I felt like my cloth ones were always getting dirty, and every time I moved, I was always replacing them anyway. And I noticed like my family, they all have leather couches and they've had them for years and years. And so I was like, well, let me try the leather couch and see how I like it. But yeah, even though it's leather, it's still super comfy. And I think once I get like pillows and blankets, it'll make it even more cozy. But I like it. I think the only thing I'm trying to figure out is how I'm going to tie the tan of this room to like the gray and the blue of the kitchen. And I'll kind of span y'all around so y'all can see. But yeah, I'm just thinking about how I'm gonna tie it all in. I honestly think my wall art, whatever I choose to go with, is gonna really be the deciding factor, because I feel like it will tie in the whole room, because I don't like doing a whole lot of furniture and I don't want this place to be cluttered with things. And so I'm just trying to figure out how I can keep this like airy and open but still cozy. And so let me know what you think in the comments below. Again, let me know where you get your wall art from, one. And then I'm thinking like mid-century modern vibes in this living area at least, and then maybe a different style in the bedrooms and bathrooms. But yeah, I don't always have an eye for like putting interior design colors and textures together. So I'm trying to like look at Pinterest and other YouTubers that are big on interior design to get inspo. But yeah, I'm really excited about making this place my home, which brings me to what apartment I ended up going with. So I know in the last vlog, I brought y'all on the luxury apartment tours in Midtown. We were looking at all the high-rise communities. Y'all were telling me in my DMs which ones I should go with. And I ultimately ended up not going with any of them. And I went with the apartment that I was originally already applied for and gotten approved for several reasons. I feel like it was a test from God of like, are you gonna do what you wanna do for the plot, for the aesthetics? Or are you gonna be responsible with your money and live within your means? Because yes, those apartments were beautiful, very nice. I definitely wanted to get back to the floor to ceiling windows for sure. But I would have also been paying like $4,000 a month in rent base, not even including like amenities, utilities, parking, all the things that they tag along to the rent. All of that included could have easily been like $4,500. And again, that was the cheapest apartment out of all the ones that we toured on the last video. And I think that just because you can sometimes does not mean that you should. I talked about this on my career lifestyle or my career journey video that I did. I'll tag it below. But I talked about how, I was making $10 an hour, $15 an hour, not making a whole lot of money. And then once I did start making more money, how I struggled with lifestyle creep. And I feel like this was one of those things of like, yeah, you can move into the $4K a month rent, apartment, but like, is that actually financially responsible? No. Point blank period. And I feel like sometimes I've struggled with like telling myself no short term so that I can like make strides ahead long term, and then I end up back in like being in survival mode, if that makes sense. And so yeah, I say that because this apartment that I'm in, I actually still get a view. It's just not the floor to ceiling windows, obviously, but this is actually the better apartment and the biggest apartment out of all the ones that I toured down in Midtown. And so I have, again, 2 full bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms, 2 full walk-in closets, and then I have this huge kitchen and living area here. And it's a brand new community, so I'm the first one in this apartment. I'm super close to family. I'm walking distance from walking trails, grocery stores, shopping centers, restaurants. So it's like I get the convenience of being in the city without having to pay the rent of living downtown. And so yeah, I definitely had to be a big girl and tell myself no. I'm like saving probably about $1,500 a month, if not more, by choosing to live a little bit farther from the city. I'm still within like 20 minutes of downtown, so not too far at all. But yes, that's ultimately what I chose to do when it came to my apartment. Now I am going to put up my entryway table and finish catching up on Severance. I started watching Severance last night while I was cooking. I like filmed this whole like solo date night at the house. It'll be on TikTok and Instagram soon. But yeah, I was watching Severance and I don't know, it's like, I like it, but there's not a lot going on at once. So it's like, it's hard to keep my attention. So I feel like I'm missing stuff because like, it's kind of like you have to pay attention to really catch everything that's going on. But I'm kind of confused right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm on episode 6 of season 1. So let me know if you like Severance in the comments below. But yeah, I'm gonna put together my entryway table, and then I'm gonna go ahead and plan out the week. I think my next video, I'm gonna do a sit down and talk about how I plan out my week to get everything done. So how I will do my 12-week year goals in the morning from 5 to 9, and then do my 9 to 5 job, and then from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. how I make time for content, business, doing stuff in the home, hobby time, relaxing time, social time. And so I'll kind of tell y'all how I structure my week so that I have balance, throughout all the things. And so, yeah, just wanted to bring y'all up to speed and let's put together this table.
8 hours later.